My name is Jonathan Craske. I'm a senior consultant with KPMG's forensic data analytics practice here in Toronto. And my discussion today focused on the integration of data analytics as applied to traditional as well as emerging forensic services. We focused mainly on how the emerging world of data analytics and the increasing availability of data have afforded forensic professionals more opportunities to deliver their expertise in thoughtful and rigorous ways. And what this allows for is for us to change the way that we think about fraud. We're no longer bound to reacting to instances of fraud. We can now think a little bit differently and ask questions that in the past we haven't been able to answer. Questions like what might happen next or what should happen next. And those questions will fundamentally help move the forensic profession from being reactive to being proactive, moving from detecting fraud to preventing fraud. Data analytics is emerging as a field that's more and more important to CPAs, not just on the basis of the fact that data is becoming more available and more of a prevalent factor in not just the commercial world, but our world in general. Data analytics is an emerging field whereby we look to extract valuable insights, be it an understanding of events or trends or patterns that help us answer more sophisticated questions about the world we interact with. And for CPAs specifically, that manifests in a number of different ways in a business context. So my particular area is forensic data analytics, whereby we're looking at analytics to prevent, detect, and otherwise react to fraud in a more sophisticated and rigorous way. But even more in general, it's becoming a more relevant area for business in a more holistic sense. And what that means is CPAs need to be well versed in the basics of data literacy to be able to deliver their already proven professional expertise in the new language of the world, and that language is more and more leveraging data. So rather than looking at analytics to redefine how we pursue fraud or how we pursue the detection thereof, we can think of analytics as a field that's fundamentally about enabling those same professionals to deliver their expertise in a more thoughtful and rigorous way. So for example, we can now think about asking different kinds of questions around fraud. We're no longer limited to the more reactive side of asking what happened. We can use analytics, tools like machine learning, like augmented reality, like artificial intelligence, all to answer different kinds of questions about what might happen in the future, what should happen. The list goes on, and as these emerging areas continue to mature at such a rapid rate, we're going to see that bleed into the way forensic services are delivered more and more. We've actually been able to leverage unsupervised machine learning analyses like k-nearest neighbors clustering, which gives us a new way to think about identifying relationships and patterns and trends that otherwise would have been far too complex to identify through more traditional means, pen and paper or traditional statistical analysis. And that exploratory element helps direct our attention in terms of what sort of questions we need to be asking and what areas of a data set or mandate we need to be digging a little bit deeper.